Director Zhang Yimou's The Great Wall is a visual masterpiece with as elegant a color palette as is as vicious and Ferrell a main protagonist. But as much as the film gives you visually, it fails to give any heart or backbone as far as an interesting story goes. But you didn't come here for a review. The ending of the film does leave a few questions up to interpretation. And before I go any further, be warned. Everything you hear from here on out is a spoiler to The Great Wall, so you've been warned. So here's the one big question. Why exactly do...
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh!
Yeah, magnets. Render the Taotai beasts essentially catatonic. And why did director Zhang Yimou have to make what seems like so many compromises in order to cater to an American audience? First, the breakdown. The Great Wall is a story of Chinese legend. In the opening credits of the film, the story is described as one of the many legends that the Great Wall had to endure during its lifetime. And that around 2,000 years ago, an otherworldly meteor struck a mountain in the distance, giving it its green glow. And from this green glow, the earliest forms of the Taotai were born. The Taotai are a metaphor for the greed of mankind. How mankind evolves, so do the Taotai, becoming more cunning, more sneaky, and far more vicious. This is why the Nameless Order refuses to share their secret black powder weapons with the Western world, fearing this to be the next violent stage of human evolution. The only thing that can stop the Taotai, however, is...
Magnets! Oh!
Yes, magnets. But it's never explained why. So consider this. We know that the Queen Taotai uses some sort of telepathic form of communication with her drones, in the same way all animals use some form of nonverbal telepathy to communicate amongst each other. But as soon as the Queen was blown up, all of her soldiers were rendered useless, frozen in a catatonic state. No other animal in the animal kingdom has this sort of morbid response to the Queen dying, but the only thing that comes close is bees. So hear me out. The queen bee releases a certain pheromone that drone bees notice, which signals that she is alive. When this pheromone scent decreases or vanishes entirely, it signals the queen is either dying or dead.
Yes, science!
Yes, science. So the drones immediately begin the process of building queen-sized chambers for about 10 to 20 new female larvae. But unlike the bee, when the other Taotai have sensed that the queen has died, where the queen bee stops producing a pheromone, the Taotai queen simply stops emitting a signal from her headpiece that is the Taotai's only means of communication with their lifeline. So no communication, no movement, drones are rendered essentially dead. So Matt Damon's character William's magnets simply create interference, throwing off the queen's signal to whichever drone is near said magnet. Phew, okay, now you can't say you didn't learn anything today. Now, why did director Zhang Yimou produce arguably the worst movie of his career? Well, it's not Zhang's fault. It's simply a case of too many cooks in the kitchen. In order to please Chinese and American audiences, Zhang was forced to compromise. Zhang was quoted as saying, "Compromises were made, and I think I made the most compromises on this film in my entire career." This director traditionally makes Chinese films and has them dubbed over for American audiences, where The Great Wall is a bit of the opposite. Meant to focus on being more of a big American blockbuster told from a Chinese viewpoint, but trying to cater to all audiences. And sadly, this is the way of the world now. With analytics and algorithms based on audience viewing habits, no artistic minds are really given any creative freedom nowadays. And when you take that away from a visionary like Zhang Yimou, well, you end up with a film full of every American movie stereotype. Big explosions, humor in the strangest of places, and an A-list celebrity playing one of only two white guys in a strange role. I'm not saying The Great Wall is a terrible film, just next time Hollywood, don't pin a bird's wings behind its back and expect it to fly. And that's everything I have for the Any Explained of The Great Wall. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below and tell me your thoughts on the film. Also tell me if you feel the director is to blame on this project, or Hollywood and the studios that produced it. And don't forget, as always, this is 5 Things Explains Everything with the Thingabang Show. I'm out.